Myths Reborn.
They say that in the heart of the Ukrainian forest, there are places where silence breathes, and even the wind does not dare to move the grass. There live those whose names are not spoken, the Mavki. Once they were human, girls with warm hands, sadness in their eyes, and hearts waiting for spring. But death in the forest does not always mean an ending. Sometimes it means returning. They say a Mavka is born from a soul that refuses to accept death. Those taken by water, those who died of longing, those whose love was broken, but whose final thought was not of ending, but of wishing to live just a little longer. Their last tear touches the earth, and wherever it falls, silence blooms. Into that silence the soul enters, unable to find its way beyond. Thus a Mavka appears, not alive, but not dead. A Mavka walks through the forest as if afraid to disturb her own memories. Her eyes, green and deep, like forest lakes that still hold her reflection. Her hair, dark, woven with branches and mist. Her skin, translucent, as though shaped by moonlight. In old villages they whispered, if a person's heart is pure and they do not harm the forest, a Mavka may help, leading them to a healing herb, to a spring that lifts illness, or guarding a child standing between life and death. But one must offer her a small kindness, a ribbon, a cloth, a piece of bread, or simply a gentle word. Not worship, just gratitude. She helps only those who come without fear or greed. For a Mavka feels everything, especially falsehood. They say a Mavka appears to those who are lost in their thoughts or in their hearts, to test whether you seek something long gone. And if you look into her eyes for too long, you do not see death. You see the life that could have been. For a Mavka is the shadow of a girl who was meant to live, but never had the chance. She sits by forest lakes, touching the water with cold fingers, and the ripples grow clearer, so clear that you can see your fears within them. Sometimes her song is heard, soft, fragile, a melody known only to the night. And those who hear her voice may follow it quietly as she walks. Deep in the forest, there are places where a Mavka dances, not for anyone, for herself, for the memory of a life too short. Her movements are light, like wind in the treetops. Her shadow lingers longer than her body, as though unwilling to let her go. They say if you witness her dance, it is a sign. Change is coming. For a Mavka is not death, she is memory of what never happened, of love that never came to be, of a path that was never walked. And when the moon spills across the forest, she steps out of the mist, stands among the trees, and looks straight into your soul, and the world seems to pause. For a Mavka is living silence, silence that was once a human being.
Myths awaken. This is Myths Reborn.